Hey everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics. Today I bring you the origin story of one of Batman's most dangerous enemies. Who is the Arkham Knight? Where does his hatred come from? And why does he seem to know every detail of Bruce Wayne's life? Arkham Knight. Genesis takes us deep into the mind of a broken man. A man forged by pain, betrayal, and obsession. This is more than just a story of revenge. It's a story about what happens when Batman's greatest failure comes back, with a mission to destroy him. You're not Bruce Wayne at all. I have to admit, you fooled me in the dark. I really thought I had a chance to kill him. These two donut containers that tried so hard to help you. They were probably just as surprised as I was to get a pale imitation of someone way cooler. But don't feel bad. My pets won't discriminate against you. They love devouring big liars who disturb the night. We begin with Ratcatcher, who was about to go about his business. He was ordering the rats to eat him. But suddenly, someone arrives. This here is the Arkham Knight, who attacks him with a hard knee strike. Now he grabs him and throws him toward the very rats. Ratcatcher asks if he really thinks this will stop him. He loves this feeling. His rats biting with their tiny teeth. He has been considered dead in this city long before now. If he doesn't believe him, he should ask the Penguin. He'll come back and find him. Well, that won't be possible because the Knight attacks with an electric shock. Hush, thanks Arkham. The Knight knows him well enough to trust that he won't cause trouble. His new face makes him arrogant. But he has to leave now. Batman is about to arrive. Batman arrives at the crime scene. He asks Oracle to send an ambulance to the north of Arkham City. There are two fallen officers along with Ratcatcher. This is at the intersection of Gleason and Gray Streets. No need to turn on the sirens. Meanwhile, atop a building, Hush asks the Arkham Knight, "What the hell are they doing here?" The Arkham Knight asks him not to tense up. But what the hell is he talking about? Arkham throws him, and Hush begins to fall. He doesn't have to worry. He just has to grab onto this pipe. Later, they land in a secret base. The Arkham Knight gives him some new bandages. Truthfully, the move he made tonight wasn't the smartest. Jason tells him that he doesn't need his approval to do what he does. They both have to be prepared for what's coming. He's ready to do his part, but is the Arkham Knight? The Knight tells him that he knows better than anyone that he's always ready. In fact, he was born ready. What they say is true. Having kids can't save a marriage, especially if both parents are drug addicts and broke, constantly moving. Those two parents were Jason's. But there he was anyway, an 8-pound solution to a big problem. When Jason was a baby, his father was taking care of him. Mr. Willis told his wife to get comfortable and take the blanket over there. She had to rest. There were some cookies and juice for her somewhere around. He had to step out for a moment to check something with a guy. Later, we see him arguing with Maroni. He has to tell Falcone that he has something really good to negotiate. He's going to hand over this kid, and that will settle things. If Willis thinks that will close the deal, then he really is the dumbest son of a bitch in Gotham City. And that's saying a lot. Maroni came all the way here to see his methadone-addicted ass because he said he had a way to pay Mr. Falcone. And now he wants to give him 50 years for endangering a child? No kid can settle his debts. Only money can. He truly is a disgusting character and has a lot of nerve bringing a life into this world when he can't even take care of his own ass. Now they're going to give the kid back to him. He has one more week to get the first payment. After that, there won't be an after that. Jason's father used to tell him that when he was born, he was such a loser that they couldn't give him anything. Willis returns to his wife. He bought them a few days, but they didn't want the baby. What are they going to do? What the hell are they going to do? Cat doesn't know. It's the gravity of this place. It seems like they'll never be able to escape with their baby, with this damn kid. Jason was reminded of that fact before Maroni put a bullet in both of their heads on his 13th birthday. By the time he was 15, he was the best runner in the city. No one could touch him. He was used to living alone and working alone. He made a deal with Maroni to stay away from his bosses and have 4 corners in Happy Hills, just for him, keeping them clean. He didn't want anyone shitting where he slept. He bought himself a lot of goodwill from his neighbors. The price for this peace was his parents, who by then had broken their word to enough lenders that they had every bone in their bodies broken. He didn't even blink when handing them over. Family is just more gravity. Outside of Happy Hills, Gotham was his playground. There was almost nothing he couldn't steal. He was familiar with the darkest corners of Gotham better than anyone. So it was easy to stay away from the cops. He was 15 and had developed a nice routine. That was until gravity threw his future straight into his lap. There he was, minding his own business, when suddenly Batman appeared, being attacked by the Joker. He had heard something about the Bat, but had never seen him face to face. Everyone knew the Joker from something he had done a few Christmases ago. The Joker was about to attack him again, but Jason managed to save him. I don't know what got into me, because I was never someone who considered himself a hero. But at that moment, it was pretty clear that this clown meant serious trouble. The Joker told him to back off. What? Don't you get it? He knocked him out. That's a big deal for him. The first time in months. I mean, if I have to take the time to kill him now, I'll kill you too. Jason gets pissed off. This stupid bat is bringing freaks to this place. Jason grabs something from the utility belt. He hopes this thing does something cool while he does all the hard work. Jason lunges at the Joker. The Joker starts laughing. He tells him he's fast, but slithering won't save him. Jason attacks with the grapple gun. Should have stayed out of my block. Now he slides between his legs and manages to take him down. The Joker doesn't get it. How does this bat have so many kids working for him? Must be the cape. Jason points the gun at Joker's head. Joker always says you should never rely on machines. They always ruin the ending. But this boy wonder might be telling the truth. Could this be his daddy? Before Jason can pull the trigger, Batman throws a batarang at him. He doesn't have to kill him. Batman grabs Joker. It looks like the clown has to go. But the kid doesn't need to worry. Joker will never forget him. He has this thing for faces. Batman punches him and tells him to shut up. Jason walks away, and Batman thanks him for his help. Jason says it's no problem. One hand washes the other. But before Jason leaves, Batman tells him he's forgetting something. It's a bag full of money. Later, we see Jim Gordon. The kid's name is Jason Todd. His parents are dead. He doesn't have a criminal record, but he's wanted for questioning in over 36 thefts in the past few years. Batman realizes the kid is clearly talented. Jim tells him he has the wrong kind of talent. Some kids just can't be taught the right path, no matter how hard you try. That night, I was arrested as a minor on charges of theft and possession of a firearm. But within a week, I was released thanks to a new Wayne Industries program for troubled teens that paid for a new school as long as I stayed out of trouble. I lived at the school, but instead of treating it like a prison I couldn't escape from, I decided to see it as an opportunity. My mother used to complain about Gotham's gravity, how it made it nearly impossible to escape. She was an idiot. After a few months, I met the big man, Bruce Wayne. Personally, he had paid for all the opportunities that were now in front of me. I had no idea why he had helped me, but I owed him a lot. He changed my life. If I had known then what I know now, I would have killed him right there. Later, Jason is in his room. Batman enters through the window and tells him he owes him one. Jason asks what the hell he wants now. He's already been arrested for that robbery. He's clean. Can't he just leave him alone? Batman tells him to shut up before his mouth makes him change his mind. It's a test for tonight. He needs to see if they can do something cool besides stealing. That night, everything changed for me. From that moment on, I knew I had left my parents behind forever. I would never let the weight of the world drag me back into the filth of the streets. Complaining about things everyone else deals with is what losers like my parents do. Gotham's gravity may be strong, it's true, but fighting it, pushing against it, what doesn't kill you makes you so much stronger. Back to the present, Jason tells Hush that everything is fine. Not even Bruce Wayne's own parents would be able to tell the difference. Hush has learned his lesson. He'll keep his face covered until he's ready. Jason tells him, "Of course you will. You don't need a stupid mistake ruining what has taken years to build. This city already has enough uncontrollable lunatics as it is." He hands him an inactive microthermal compound he made from the remains of Clayface in Arkham City. If you rub it on the scars, they'll heal. They're close. Almost everything is in place. Everyone who needs to be involved has to stay alert. Underestimating Batman is unforgivable. The only greater crime is underestimating the Arkham Knight. Exactly what he has done. And that's a crime worth killing for. Later, we're with Robin. He's being attacked. Robin? What a pathetic joke. Hit him again. Slade is the one attacking Robin. Deathstroke is receiving orders from the Arkham Knight. Slade has no choice. He's the boss. He's sorry, but Robin is in the wrong job at the wrong damn time. Slade is attacking, but Robin uses his staff to defend himself. Why are you talking to yourself? Seems like you're going senile. You're just an old man getting slower by the second. Robin lands a hard hit with his staff. But before he can land another, Slade easily stops him. Youth is overrated. If you don't believe me, you can ask your father about it. Slade grabs him by the neck. Let's see if you can scream loud enough for your father to hear. Robin tells him to go to hell. Suddenly, Slade is attacked from behind. Nightwing has arrived. Batman may not be his father, but you're definitely messing with Nightwing's little brother. Now why don't you apologize before we start breaking things? Nightwing was the first. He always gets the first orders. He has to make him regret it. Deathstroke absolutely will. This little crazy game of the bat, this is the result. People and kids drawn into his personal war, bleeding and dying. Over and over and over again. It wasn't supposed to be this way. That wasn't the plan. Jason was supposed to be everything he needed. We travel back years ago with Scarecrow. He fears he hasn't been introduced to this boy yet. This new Robin. However, Joker mentioned there was a new boy wonder. Which made him wonder, does he scare as easily as the last one? Jason prepares to attack. Not only is he the new Robin, but he's also the upgraded version. Jason has taken down his enemies. When he was a kid, he learned that fools like Scarecrow and Riddler would always be the easiest to fool. It looks like Gotham streets are safe once again. Batman gets serious and tells him to get in the car. Jason asks what's wrong with him. He executed the maneuver to knock him out perfectly, just as they had practiced. Plus, he was the one who pointed out where Riddler was. Batman tells him he's still talking too much, giving away information. Surprise is their best weapon. They're not here to put on a show. Robin asks what the hell he's talking about. He wasn't putting on a show. Well, to avoid arguing, he gives him the benefit of the doubt. Batman tells him to get some sleep. Alfred will pick him up at 8:30. It's an important day for them. Batman drops him off at home, and Robin goes inside. We travel back in time a little. Several months ago, proving himself as Bruce Wayne's partner meant receiving what was supposed to be the ultimate prize. Gotham County allowed Bruce to adopt him as a state ward. Wayne Manor became his home. Him, a street kid, it was insane. As they walk together, Bruce tells him he knows he's not always warm and welcoming. And he means that when they're working, but this isn't about that. He just wants to help him reach his potential. There's something great inside him. He can see it. And he knows it's tough to reach that potential without a father or even just a friend to guide you. He couldn't be happier to welcome him into the family. Jason knows that because he saw Bruce crying when he signed the papers. Jason gets into the limousine. Alfred offers to help him, but Jason refuses. Enough with the butler thing. He's told him 1,000 times. He can do it himself. Wayne Manor was a suffocating, labyrinthine trap filled with history and grief. And for a while, it had exactly what he needed. Jason is surprised to see the library. Bruce tells him Alfred built it for him with what they found in the forest. He would never stand in the way of someone who loves to read. The only condition is to be careful when taking out Doyle's Sherlock Holmes. Jason asks why. When he pulls out the book, a secret door opens. That's what they were talking about. Jason has earned it. At that moment, he could have thrown Bruce down the elevator shaft and saved everyone a lot of trouble. But he didn't. Instead, he decided to drag the trouble groaning and kicking right into the heart of the world. Back to the present. Slade is still fighting the kids. Batman didn't know that he wasn't just a puppet when he got into this. That he would cut any string that pulled too hard. From a bitten sandwich in the trash to a dropped wallet, he grew up protecting what was his. Sharing his toys never came naturally. It still doesn't. But he doesn't feel bad about what's about to happen. He never pretended to be something he wasn't. It's not his fault Batman refused to see him for who he really was. We jump back in time again. Jason Todd was fighting Deathstroke, who knocked him off his bike with a powerful kick. Jason asks what he did to Batman. Slade says he did what he had to do. He exterminated him. Robin can't believe it. There's no way Batman is dead. Now, furious, he's about to attack. But out of nowhere, someone catches him with a rope. Batman appears behind him. You need to work on your landings. Slade can't believe it. Batman was dead. He killed him. The Bat tells him that just because he fell doesn't mean he's dead. Now he's going to hit him with a powerful electric shock. Robin gets up. He thought they were working together. Batman tells him he disobeyed. He told him to let Slade escape no matter what. No matter what happened, he had to obey. Robin thought he was dead. Where was he? Well-laid plans change when your partner ends up dead. That's exactly what Batman needed Deathstroke to think. If he had followed orders, he would have led them straight to whoever hired him. But instead, he just reminded him that it's better to work alone. Batman asks Alfred to send the car. Jason feels bad. It quickly became clear that Batman wasn't going to trust him or anyone, especially not some kid he barely knew, who was nothing more than a restoration project. He was an idiot. He thought Batman was looking for a son, someone to help fill the void left by his murdered parents. But he wasn't looking for a son. He was looking for an assistant. Months went by hearing the same thing. Be his shadow, keep the damned civilians safe, and stay out of his way. He felt like a damn lapdog. But he tried to keep his head free of negative thoughts and focus on something better that he felt was waiting for him. During the day, he was everything Bruce wanted him to be, taking full advantage of being the billionaire orphan's ward. At night, he was patient. He watched. He learned. He waited for something better. And then one night, that something better suddenly exploded right in his face. He finally opened his eyes to Batman's dirty, hidden truths. All because he refused to sit back and do nothing. The Joker was fighting Batman. The clown is flattered that Batman finally found him. Hiding in abandoned chemical plants isn't the social scene it used to be. He's so tired of being alone. Batman is on the ground. Could poor, beaten Batsy use some help? Looks like a sidekick would do him some good. Well, that sidekick is about to step into action. Jason uses the Batmobile to attack Joker. The clown asks what he's doing. He's killing someone. Who said he could crash this party? Doesn't matter. There's plenty more fun where that came from. Batman has to go after him. His next trick is going to blow his head off. Robin chases him. Batman doesn't have to worry. He'll catch this freak. Batman gets up and tells him not to go in. That's exactly what Joker wants. Suddenly, there's a massive explosion. Batman gets caught in the blast as well. When he gets up, he can't believe it. Back in the present, Arkham Knight is almost home. Slade can stop playing now. He tells the kids it was fun. They helped him get his heart rate up and break a sweat. But now, heads need to roll, and bounties need to be collected. Slade leaves, and Jason has arrived at his destination. Now he tells Deathstroke he did a good job. Slade asks if he got what he was looking for. Arkham Knight says yes. The vehicle modifications can begin immediately. There was also the added benefit of observing Batman's protégés up close. They're good, but they can be beaten. But what about Slade? Jason tells him the same as always. The payment is already being transferred to his account. Slade likes a man who pays his debts up front. But what's next? Well, for Slade, it's time for a break. Arkham Knight is out. For him, something else is next, something he should have taken care of a long time ago. A return to the scene of the crime. We begin with the Arkham Knight, who is riding his scooter. Someone asks him if he has anything to say to this nice man. He tells him his name is Jason Todd. Now, he asks him if he hates someone. Jason says yes, he hates Batman. Well, that's excellent. Of course, he hates him. Could it be that Batsy heard that? The boy is no longer his. Now, he belongs to this mysterious man. When something belongs to him, he can do whatever he wants with it. But he never asked him, what's the big secret? Who is the big bad bat? He has to say his name. He doesn't need to worry about it. Of course, he's going to tell him. After Jason keeps moving forward, he finally reaches his destination. Home. Well, not exactly. This is just an unfinished copy of a dive bar the Joker blew up months ago. Funded by Bruce Wayne, of course, in his endless attempt to prove to everyone that he just can't help but be wonderful. But right before Batman's greatest failures, this was the place to be. If this time he's as damaged on the inside as he is on the outside, Jason fits right in. He knows exactly where to go. He has counted the steps so many times that he will never forget them. He supposes he once thought he would escape, but there was no way he was ever going to let that happen. In Memories of the Past, he finds himself with the Joker. The Joker asks him if he's enjoying the story so far. It's like he always tells Batman. This is what happens when he drags his friends into this little crazy game of theirs. Back to Jason. They're using the same concrete foundations, but the new floor has not been reinforced yet. He bets the construction crew didn't even bother to check if the foundations were solid. Typical Wayne, taking his eye off the prize. Jason keeps moving forward. These stairs are a bit long. A few wind-up chattering teeth appear, which he crushes without issue. Home sweet home for more than 2 years. Just a few feet away from where Batman and his replacement were filling Arkham night after night. The last place the world's greatest detective would think to look, right under his nose. Jason has reached his destination. Bruce couldn't even figure out when Joker captured him in the first place. So, let's travel to the past to learn more about it. At the moment of the explosion, Robin was running. Batman didn't need to worry. He was going to catch this freak. Batman told him no. That's exactly what he wanted. Robin enters the place. The Joker has nowhere to escape. But suddenly, the clown appears behind him, and we see the explosion. Both begin to fall into a basement. The Joker asks if he really thinks a jester can fly. Both are in free fall, and the Joker hugs him, breaking his fall with Robin's body. The explosion continues. He can't let his little souvenir next to him break. Since the place is collapsing, the Joker grabs Robin and saves him. Joker Man to the rescue. Now that they're safe, he starts laughing. Did he see that expression on his face? He knows his Batsy, and this will devastate him. And God knows what he'll do to this little Robin, because he's taking him with him. No way he's leaving him here. Later, the Joker tries to wake him up. His new toy needs to wake up. You know, he's been unconscious for days, or was it hours? He doesn't know. He forgot. He's so bad with time it's shocking. The Joker begins the torture. Robin is sitting as the Joker starts electrocuting him. The Joker starts laughing. This seems to be getting old. When he thinks about the fun the two of them are going to have. But does Jason want a snack? Robin throws the tray at him. Looks like we've got a fighter here. The clown is interrupted. It's time to go back upstairs. The second shift is coming. It seems he has to leave. But he won't leave the little birdie alone. Bowles here is not just a great guard, but he keeps Arkham's calendar running smoothly. No need to worry. He'll make sure he is well compensated for his time with those government salaries. In return, he ensures Jason has free time for all his extracurricular activities. Jason remains locked up and receives a visitor. Happy 6-month anniversary. They all pitched in to get him something. Each of Batman's villains gives him a hard beating. First, Killer Croc with a punch to the face. The Penguin, Two-Face, Bane, Victor Zash. And finally, Scarecrow delivers a brutal beating. The Joker had told Victor to only use blunt knives. Scarecrow just stares at him, and the Joker asks if that's all he's going to do. Now he tells Calendar Man that it's already 365 days. He can't forget his final blow. Jason asks why he doesn't just kill him. The Joker tells him no. Now he is his sidekick. Just imagine the two of them walking the streets, starting fights, bothering the weak. A great dynamic duo, just like Batman and his new kid. Jason doesn't believe it. He thinks he wouldn't do it. Well, he's going to prove it to him with this photo. And if he doesn't believe it, then he doesn't know whose pointy ears these belong to. He didn't want to show him that photo. Seriously, he didn't. But it was the only way to get through to him. And he knows that hurts. Sometimes, you have to be cruel to be kind. Let's see. The yellow cable goes in the video auxiliary. But then, where does the red one go? And why the hell are there two of them? You have to be crazy to know how these modern gadgets work. The clown turns on the camera. Alright, he thinks he's got it. Jason has to act naturally. He's going to be a star. Does he have anything to say to the friendly bat? Jason begins. His name is Jason Todd. But who does he hate? Could it be the Joker? No. The one he hates is Batman. This is excellent. Of course, he hates him. But did Batman hear that? The boy is no longer his. At this moment, he belongs to the Joker and will do whatever he wants with him. He never asked, what's his big secret? Who is the bat? Who is the big bad bat? He has to say his full name. Jason Todd is about to say it. But before he can, the Joker shoots him. He can't stand a snitch. That's why he likes working alone. No one can ruin the punchline. He should try it sometime. After all, he's already seen what happens when he drags his friends into this little game they have. Working alone is only a problem when you need an extra pair of hands. Let's see if they can solve that little problem. This saw seems useful for that. Batman left him here to rot. He was never the partner he wanted. That was obvious. This room broke him, but it also remade him. He was reborn. Finally, he escaped Gotham's gravity. Soon, he'll show Bruce Wayne that he doesn't stand a chance. Later, we take another trip back in time. This is after the Joker gave Robin a good beating with a crowbar. We're beneath Arkham Asylum. The doctor has to say it, and without hesitation, his boy will play the piano again because he couldn't before. Wow, Joker, that was actually a good joke. The doctor tells him that he'll be fine. The shots to his chest were absorbed by his body armor. The rest were deep wounds from the pellets, nothing internal. But please, he needs to let him go now. The Joker tells him he can leave, but first, he has a question about the bill. Harley Quinn tells the Joker that he really should have closed the coffin on this Junior Batman. She thought that was the plan all along. The Joker tells her that's exactly why she doesn't get to make the plans. The next few weeks are going to be very busy as he comes and goes from the asylum, preparing to eliminate Batman once and for all. What this toy boy gives him is security. If Harley does her job as she's supposed to, he'll finally have the sidekick he always wanted. Now he takes off his gloves and throws them aside. Harley asks, "What about me?" The Joker tells her she's a delight, but the problem is no one cares about her, except him. Now, she needs to get that boy to intensive care. Time is of the essence. That stupid Robin. He'll teach him not to step into his territory. Now, we're back in the present. Humor is so subjective, don't you think? I must admit, I've only met one truly great guy in my life. He was really special. Funny enough to make you spit water out of your nose. He used to tell a great joke. Want to hear it? Well, if you do, here it goes. You immediately seemed like the type of guy who appreciates sophisticated humor. All right. Here goes. Harley Quinn asks, "What does a ghost say when it explodes?" Well, here's the answer. Don't you just love onomatopoeia jokes? Harley is about to enter a guarded area, but she easily ties up the guards and blows the door open. Then, she speaks to her team. Everything's fine. Stay calm. The soldiers have to loot everything. The ice cream bulldozer. Do they remember why they're here? She wants it all. One of the guys asks another why they're even dressed like this. Well, apparently, she was watching the History Channel and got inspired. 13 minutes later, Harley Quinn is outside. Everything seems fine, perfectly executed by the soldiers. They'll return to the front as soon as they drop this off at Penguin's delivery point. The truck moves forward. The guys need to speed things up. After all this, no doubt her Puddin will be proud of his Harley. Now, she's pushing all of Penguin's buttons, making him do whatever she wants while letting him believe he's the one in charge, just like she was taught. Joker City is still going to happen. She swears it. The truck was filled with cash and kept moving. But suddenly, Harley crashes into the truck's wall. What the hell is going on? This isn't the highway they were supposed to take. Harley peeks outside to see what's happening with her men, but they're either knocked out or dead. She's not sure. Harley wonders, can't a girl get some alone time? Well, no, because Arkham Knight is here to take her down. There's something strange about him. Harley knows this isn't Batman. The Knight tells her she's right, then grabs her by the throat and throws her away. Someone needs to give this psycho girl a cookie. Harley tells him he's got a lot of nerve dressing like someone who annoys him so much. But she can ask the Knight if that even matters to him. Harley asks, does it? The Knight says, no, obviously not. Both draw their weapons. Harley warns him not to underestimate her. She's fast with these guns. Greased lightning. Now, she asks again, nicely this time. Who the hell is this guy who looks like Batman? The Knight tells her she should know. She's the one who named him. Harley Quinn knows the answer, and she's shocked. Let's travel back in time to see how it all started. We're beneath Arkham Asylum. Harley is pouring some liquid on Jason Todd. It's been almost an hour. How much longer does she have to keep doing this? Jason tries to say something, but Harley doesn't hear him. What did he say? She can't understand him. He needs to speak up. The clown will have to end her morning routine early. After all, the two of them have another big day ahead. In fact, Jason needs to know he has many big days ahead. Why not start by telling her who gave him that nasty scar on his face? Jason Todd says it was the Joker, but to Harley Quinn, that's the wrong answer. The Joker didn't do it. He's not responsible for all this. Batman is. Jason is a good patient. He needs to keep it up. If he does, maybe she won't need to be around anymore. But he doesn't have to worry about her pay. She lives by the philosophy of old Sam Goldwyn. Anyone who sees a psychiatrist should have their head examined. Harley gives him a pill and makes Jason swallow it. Time's up. The Joker is here. All right. He finally mentioned the big bat. The hallucinogenic pills should start kicking in any second now. The Joker asks Harley, do you see it? There are plans. Remember Blockbuster and Catman? No? Well, then, say hello to the boys. When she sees them, Harley is annoyed. They set her up so someone else could take them out. Story of her life. The Joker tells them not to worry. This is just a women's problem. But they need to put these on. The Joker turns to Harley. His doll has relied on her little painted brain to turn this angelic fool to their side. When it comes to brainwashing, he can't trust anyone else. He couldn't. But she needs to understand that the only thing keeping them apart is Batman. Once he's out of the way, she knows what the future holds. Harley imagines hearing wedding bells, or even the footsteps of little children. Catman and Blockbuster are ready. Are we doing this or not? The Joker sees they're ready. Fantastic. You look wonderful. While he takes care of some things, Harley needs to keep busy in case Jason gets too loud. The Joker tells her they don't want the night guards snooping around the upper cells. She needs to stay here until he calls her. Harley agrees. All right, Mr. J. Whatever you need, I'll do it. But she seems a little sad. The Joker walks up to Jason. Help. I need a hero. That old, mean Batman, he left him to die? But the Joker won't. He believes in this little guy. Now he can see. He's not the villain, right? He's just another poor Gotham citizen afraid of masked freaks scaring them into submission. So many guys are like the Joker. Jason was like him once. Wasn't he? Just another idiot like them, tired of being scared all the time. But the truth is, they've all just been waiting for a hero. Blockbuster and Catman enter here disguised as Batman. Now they're going to fight Jason. He has to know that the Joker bet on him. Both Batmen begin to brutally beat him. Jason was tied up and couldn't defend himself. Either way, he was badly injured. I don't think he could have done much even if he had been untied. Or well, that's what one would have thought, because Jason recovers. The Joker cheers Jason Todd on. He throws a right hook at the Batjaw, making the imposter Batman fall. He should have brought him in years ago. This comes so naturally to him. Jason delivers a brutal kick to the face, and we end with brilliant work. Now they have to move on from the fist sandwiches. The Joker gives Harley the signal. It's time to bring in the main course. Harley asks if he's sure he wants to press this button so early in the boys' treatment. Maybe they should wait a little longer. The Joker asks, wait longer? Are you joking? This kid looks ready to explode. You can see it in his eyes. He always doubted. The Great Bat saw it too. He was always going to leave him behind at some point. He knew his boy here was better in every way. That look in his eyes, that's why he left him to die. The Joker is a poet and didn't even know it. Now he's going to hand him this gun. But that expression is also the reason why the Joker rescued Jason Todd. He knew there was someone special behind it. Jason holds the gun in his hands, but can't do it. He can't shoot Batman. Suddenly, someone else pulls the trigger. Of course, Jason can. The Joker saved him, just like he did with Harley. He's the only one now protecting this city from people like Batman. He is the Arkham Knight in shining armor. The Joker chose him for this, just like he chose to break him. When the Bat disappears, everyone's life will get a little better. One Batman is down, but what about the other? Well, it looks like Jason is taking care of that. He pulls the trigger. Back to the present. All this time, Harley Quinn had been wondering what had happened to the Knight. Jason tells her that he's been planning all of this, working to bring Batman down. Wasn't that the idea? Harley says yes, but she left when the attack on the asylum went wrong. She thought he had died, like the Joker. Jason cuts her off. This cargo she's transporting now belongs to him. Over the next few weeks, he'll keep bringing them more like this. Harley doesn't understand. She's supposed to be Penguin's partner. Jason grabs her. He hopes that's not true. He hopes she's just been running things and fooling Penguin this whole time. Otherwise, he fears he might remember much more than she wants him to. He might remember everything she did to him, not just how she gave him his name. She has 1 hour to pick up the money and take it to this address. The fun days are over for Harley Quinn, and she was the one who pulled the trigger. It's time to get her hands dirty. Saga. Gotham City leaves you hungry, but strong. Believe me, friends, I've been there. It's a pleasure to present the man leading the reconstruction efforts of Gotham Reborn after the Arkham City catastrophe, Mr. Bruce Wayne. We begin with Jason Todd, who is attending a presentation by Bruce Wayne, but Bruce clearly doesn't like what he sees. It's always made him sick how Bruce pretends to hate being the center of attention, as if the whole Batman persona were anything but a cry for someone to notice him. Did he really ever think dressing up as a bat was the safest way not to be seen? Celebrities like Bruce always love to pretend there's no way to avoid the spotlight. They cry crocodile tears about how their families suffer from the attention, but anyone can truly be alone if they really want to. Jason prepares himself and enters a secret location after a scanner recognizes his fingerprints. He suits up as the Arkham Knight. But what is he doing here? Did he come to die? Actually, no. He didn't come for that. He came to live forever. Now, he's face to face with Slade, who doubts that's possible. The Knight tries to land a punch, but Slade dodges with ease. The Arkham Knight tells him he's not here to join his training army. Deathstroke tries to hit him, but the Knight catches his staff without a problem. This amuses Slade. He just wanted to make sure none of Gotham's weirdos had skinned him or something. Only God knows what freaks are walking around out there. Last week, he ran into a guy covered in blood wearing a pig mask. Anyway, the prototype has just arrived. It's on its way. The base design is the one he taught him. The South American camp is ready to ship 100 units by the deadline they discussed, although there are still a few kinks to iron out. But it's a beautiful explosive hunk of metal, isn't it? Slade shows him. It's an incredible tank. Jason asks if they've resolved the steering and propulsion issues. Slade says no. Obviously, it's annoying. Arkham had told him that maneuverability and speed are key if you want any chance against their weapons. Slade knows this, but his big, stinky ride can't do this. Fire this amazing missile and wipe out an entire defense line. He just has to say the word, and Slade can get him 100 of these. More than enough to wipe out that bastard. More than enough to unleash his demons. As in the previous comics, we're going to travel a bit back in time. This is Arkham Asylum. 2 years ago, Batman was fighting the Joker when suddenly the alarms blared. Alert, code black. Arkham facility on lockdown. Jason was trying to escape the place when someone shows up and tells him he hates to ruin his escape. Slade is here. The clown pays him way too well to just let him go. Slade starts shooting and hits one of his arms. This is not how he planned to spend his Friday night. But this is the life of a mercenary. You get a call, a huge paycheck, and before you know it, you're breaking into a criminal asylum to kill a lunatic's secret prisoner. Jason doesn't need to worry. He'll make this quick. He wants to get back to watching all the shows he's recorded. Jason tells him Joker's about to get taken out, and he'll never see another cent from him. If he gets him out, he'll triple the payment tonight. Obviously, Slade is in it for the money, and those words make him think. He saw the Bat during training. He never had much faith in that pale-faced psycho anyway. If he's doing this, he needs to be sure the kid won't escape. So he's going to slap a tracker on him to make sure he can't go running off. Well, it looks like they've got a deal. Now he makes him swallow the tracker. He's got to keep up. They both escape Arkham Asylum and take a helicopter. Jason tells him Gotham PD is coming from the west. They're covered as long as they head east and fly low over Sprang Valley. Slade tells him he's thought it through. He knows this place pretty well. Jason says of course he does. Being here changed his life. But the Merc doesn't need to worry. Tonight, he's getting the money he was promised. And soon, he'll get more than all this. Because from now on, he's working for him. Later that same night, Jason asks if he has a Swiss bank account. Slade says yes, and shows him the details. But does he know Wayne's account? Jason says he knows it like the back of his hand. He just needs access to his data stream. There won't be much time. Wayne's security reacts fast. They need to be ready to pull out quickly. Slade says he'd better be ready for a bullet to the brain if he tries to run. Jason asks to borrow his mask, since Wayne Tower Industries has cameras everywhere. They can't risk revealing his identity. Jason gets inside, and Slade watches from a distance, obviously playing the sniper. For Slade, this is impressive. He's doing really well. Jason advances through the tower until he breaks some glass and enters one of the offices. Everything is going according to plan. He's made a local connection and identified the password. The transfer is accepted, and it begins. Jason stands in front of a portrait of the Waynes. Those two made an easy target. From afar, Slade keeps watching. Looks like the party's about to get crowded. They've got a new guest. Jason notices. Robin is here, and he tells Oracle there are no signs of anyone. It could have just been a robbery. While Robin investigates the situation, Jason is right above him. Robin tells Oracle Batman is still busy at the asylum, so he thinks he's alone here. Jason takes advantage of the distraction and drops down to kick him. Now he asks how that felt. The blow was hard. It puts Robin on the ground. Time to escape. This Robin will have to get used to hits like that. Slade arrives in the helicopter just in time to pick him up. Before they can get away, someone grabs Jason's foot. Robin realizes he's got help. As they flee in the chopper, Jason asks Slade to get him out of here. Robin is still holding onto his leg. He tells Jason to listen. He doesn't have to work for him. This isn't the only way. Jason says he's not working for anyone but himself. At this moment, he cuts the rope and lets Robin fall. Slade says that went great. Jason mentions he's untraceable. Bruce will think he was robbed and won't be able to do anything about it. Slade says that killing Batman's sidekick complicates things, and he doesn't like complications. Jason replies that if the kid dies from the fall, he just did Batman a favor. It'll prove he needs to choose his sidekicks better. We're back in the present, on top of a tower. Slade tells Arkham he's heading to South America with the instructions he was given. The next phase of the militia's training starts in 2 days. But how many men does Slade have? Well, including his latest convoy, they're nearly at 500. Slade's pulling back, but he needs to be ready for whatever Batman throws at him. The money from that first night, and the billions that followed, helped him set his plans in motion. What he's pursuing now, and what Batman wants, isn't about feeding hunger. This is about resurrection. Not of Gotham, but of the Arkham Knight. Of Jason Todd. Gotham leaves you hungry, but his hunger for revenge was satisfied long ago. The scanner just picked up the signal. There he goes. The Batmobile is rushing through the city. You can always count on Batman. The Arkham Knight is following close behind, at least according to his readings. The optical visor confirms what he already suspected. The security sensors have been upgraded at least twice since the last time he was here. Now they activate. So this could take 10 whole seconds instead of 5. Sensors disabled. Okay, 11 seconds, not bad. He'll have only a couple of minutes before Lucia's safeguards override the hack. But that should be enough time to do what he needs to. Then he can say goodbye to this hellhole forever. After sneaking in, Jason enters the Batcave without issue. By now, he knows Wayne Tech's security systems so well that he should be able to redirect Batman's communications to his own transmission. He'll need to mask it from Oracle, but connecting right at the source should erase most of the digital fingerprints. Easy in, easy out. That should give him time to look around a bit. While investigating, he's taken aback. What the hell is this supposed to mean? When he sees that joke of a uniform, he doesn't think of Bruce or the identity he was given. He thinks of the man who gave him his real name. The last time he saw him was during the incident in Arkham City, a couple of months ago. We flash back. The Joker asks if there are any last requests. How about a joke? He was clearly going to kill Batman before he even had a chance. Jason was moving in when suddenly something stops him. This guy who stopped him says he's not joking. This is the perfect moment for the word shit. Jason asks who this is, if the Joker is downstairs. Joker says it's just him. Can't he see? Go ahead. Ask something only the real Joker would know. Like what happened to Robin, the boy wonder. Hearing those words, Jason realizes it really is him. Joker tells him, "It's me, in the pale white flesh." What you're seeing down there might be a plan B, or might not. Hard to tell with these things, but who knows better than Jason? He has to look out into the world, forging his own path the only way he knows how. Scowl, side-eye, maybe a weapon. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, does it? Jason insists he escaped from Arkham Asylum. That night, he escaped the Joker. His buddy Deathstroke told him everything. Did he really think he was in charge of his own life? That he was building his own future? They tricked him into thinking he could escape Gotham's gravity. That's adorable. Here's what he's too blind to see. It wasn't an escape. It was a release. And if he's still wondering, if he doesn't fully get it, he owes the Joker a thank you. Hearing that, Jason charges at him. He can't believe it. He's no slave. He's his own man. Jason tackles him and lands punch after punch until Joker starts bleeding. Joker finds this hilarious. Of course he's not his own man. Not yet. He's still just a boy. Joker fights back, choking him with a rope. One way or another, and in all the ways that matter, Jason is still his most secret weapon. When this is all over, when tonight's madness claims either him or the Bat, Jason might be the only thing left of this wonderful world to make sure he gets what he wants. Oops, he meant what they all want. In other words, kid, he's Plan J. Joker releases Jason, who starts coughing. Even if they're covered in blood and mud, Joker knows. He likes remembering the good times. Now he'll take that rope off his neck. The two of them spent months in the asylum. They were tied together, sure, but it really felt like they formed a bond. They got to know each other. Joker admits he was mad at him for a while. He gets it. But Jason shouldn't forget who left him there in the first place. There's something Jason's probably forgetting, and it's been said before. The one he hates isn't Joker. It's Batman. That's who his anger should be aimed at. That's why Joker left him there, to watch him die. Robin was Arkham's last victim. He's Joker's little Jason. Jason remembers the brutal beatings he suffered, not just from Joker, but from Batman's entire rogues gallery. Unless, of course, he thinks there's room for one more. If Batman sees tomorrow's sunrise, it means Jason suffered for nothing. Joker warns him, don't live the rest of his life as a failed, angry sidekick. He needs to take the mantle that Bruce was too afraid to give him. Become the darkest Knight Batman could ever imagine. What he means is, make sure Bruce never forgets him again. Back in the present, Jason is still staring at that suit, imagining himself wearing it. But something else in the room terrifies him. What the hell is this? Jason sees a photo of Batman and Robin. It angers him, and he's about to destroy it. Screw all of this. Soon, Bruce's head will be in his hands. Batman can build as many stinking museums as he wants. It won't change a thing. They're built on lies and sand. Everything's going to fall, like his entire damn world. It's important to stay on mission. No distractions. Subtracker online. Signals masked 100%. He's here to make sure he can keep tracking movements through the city. He won't get caught in imagined nostalgia. Nothing good comes from getting stuck in Gotham's gravity. Nothing. Jason exits the Batcave. He needs to contact Slade. It's done. How's the next phase of the operation going? Have the new recruits arrived? Deathstroke says everything is going according to plan. They're getting paid well, so now they have recruits from all over the world. Once he's done with them, they'll all speak the universal language of beat the hell out of Batman. But Slade wants to know, how did the trip to Jason's old home go? Jason says that place was never his home. He's continuing the training. He'll be there soon. Still has some cleaning up to do in the city first. Soon it'll all be over in Gotham, and both of them will be free. He was born on its streets, from two people who never should have had a child. Raised by a man who could only pretend to care about the city's future, and his. Jason doesn't blame himself for his origins. He was dragged to death's door and endured everything Arkham could throw at him. Batman won't be able to say the same. He'll die knowing his life meant nothing, that he was the craziest of them all. Bruce will finally die knowing the truth about who he is. That's why the Arkham Knight was born. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.